Welcome back to my channel. Okay guys, we were all scammed, every single one of us. You see, there's a group of families that control all of the money and all the assets on this planet. Now, it's been designed that way. It didn't happen by mistake, and it's not been decades, it's been centuries. It's been centuries in the making. This is how this world was developed. This is how it was intentionally developed. Because in order for a group of people to have the majority of the wealth, well then it has to only be a handful, right? Because it can't get spread out, because if it gets spread out, we're all the same, right? And that's not how this world is designed. This world wasn't designed for us to be all equal. You see, it was designed so that the very small group of elite people at the very, very top have their slaves, okay? And the slaves are the working class individuals. Why do you think, who came up with the idea of you had to work a 5-day week? Who came up with the idea that you had to work an 8-hour day? For some people, it's a lot more. It was the people that designed this world to be that way. Because when you come home after 8 hours, what are you gonna do? You're tired, you wanna have some food, you wanna relax. You don't have time to think, really, do you? Not in terms of, trying to build new ideas or try something else. How many people come home and say, I'm too tired to trade, I'm too tired to go to the gym? It was designed this way. Why do you think you only get 2 days off of the weekend? Because you get that little taste of freedom. You get that little taste of how the other half live, and then you appreciate it so much, right? It's just that little carrot. You appreciate it so much, then you're back to work. Why do you think it was designed that most people, I don't know how it is in the US, but certainly in Europe, you get 4 weeks off, over the 12 months. You have to accumulate it, but you get the 4 weeks off. Again, it's the carrot. You get to go on holiday, you get to go on that one beach holiday a year, you get a taste of what it's like to live the dream, to live how the other half live. Okay, you get a taste of it. It's the dangling carrot, and then you're back to work. Why do you think that they've pushed mortgages for decades and decades and decades? Because the average working class person, when they have a mortgage, they're tied to that mortgage. And then that's where fear sets in. Now all of a sudden, they have to comply with everything that's going on in work. They don't want to challenge something. They don't want to do extra hours. They don't want to upset the apple cart, because now they have this element of fear, because now they're tied to a mortgage. This world was developed to be this way, and it's never going to change unless people start to think differently. And I mean, I'm a perfect example, right, of how one day I woke up and decided, whoa, I don't want to live like this anymore. I've said it many, many times. And if I hadn't have woken up and changed my way of thinking, I would not be sitting here in this luxury penthouse apartment in the Mediterranean island of Malta, and I wouldn't be sitting here with a £22,000 Rolex watch. I wouldn't. I'd still be working that 9 to 5, okay? Because that fear kept me like that for 45 years, okay? Because that's how we've been brought up. Get a good job. Be thankful that you've got a job, right? Be thankful that you've got a job. Be thankful that you're getting paid on a regular basis. Be thankful that you get to go on that one beach holiday a year. Be thankful, be thankful, be thankful. And it's all designed to keep the little ants, and the little ants are the working class people. Those little ants need to go around and do everything. Because if the wealth was spread out evenly across the world, who's going to build the roads? Who's gonna cook the food? Who's gonna serve in the restaurants? Do you understand? So the world had to be designed this way. And if people don't change their way of thinking, somebody else will be sitting somewhere in the world in 100 years' time telling an audience the same thing as what I'm telling you now. Now, do I think that the scales can be tipped? Not much, I don't think. I think that if the scales are going to be tipped, it's going to be by a small amount. But this is another thing as well, is these small group of elite individuals, or it's not elite individuals, it's elite families. They don't want us to have the internet, as an example. They don't want us to have the internet because now I can communicate with somebody on the other side of the world. which is what I'm doing right now, okay? Because I've got a number of followers in the USA, Australia, New Zealand, even in South America, believe it or not. So I'm now communicating with them, telling them that this is how the world is. So it's never going to change unless we change our way of thinking. Now, is it going to happen overnight? No, it's not. It's going to take time. But I believe the generation, not my generation, because for my generation, for most people, I'd say it's already too late. I mean, I'm 50 this year, right? So for my generation, for the majority of people, it's too late. I'm the exception. I'm definitely the exception. But certainly for the likes of, you know, people now in their teens, in their 20s, even in your 30s, even in your early 40s, it's not too late. You can still change that way of thinking. But you need to understand that the world is designed to keep you oppressed. Because as I said, if it wasn't oppressed, who's gonna be the accountant? Who's gonna be the nurse? And that's another wonderful example. You know, nurses go to college, they put a lot of work in, they've got a very, very challenging job. In the UK, they're not even getting paid what they should be getting paid. Another example of everything that I've just been saying is there's one family in Europe that rule this country, and all the subjects pay taxes. That family do not pay taxes. They don't pay taxes. Now, is the subjects challenging this? Not really. You know, you might hear something about it every now and again, but it's not challenged as it should be. So I mean, that's the perfect example of everything that I've just said, is that one family are not paying taxes and they make a lot of money, right? A lot of money. And all the little ants running around are paying the taxes, i.e. the working class people. Even middle class people to a degree, I suppose. So people need to wake up. We need to educate people, we need to educate each other, and we need to educate our children. So the fact remains, we've all been scammed. Every single one of us. Myself, my parents, their parents, their parents, their parents, and it's been happening for centuries, not decades. So it needs to change. It needs brave people to change it. And this is what we have to do going forward. As I said, if I had not have changed my mindset, I would not be sitting here retired on a beautiful Mediterranean island with a £22,000 Rolex on my watch. I just wouldn't be doing it, would I? I'd be off working my fingers to the bone the way I used to. So we've all been scammed, guys, every single last one of us, and our parents and our parents and our parents, and we've been scammed for centuries. So it's about time that these elites understood that they can't get away with it for the next 100 years. But it's only going to change if we do something about it, if we challenge it. And anyway, it's a beautiful day. Going to head out for lunch. And we keep going forward as usual. It's a beautiful, beautiful day out there. I'm going to enjoy the rest of the day. And this is what you can do when you get to my level. When you're trading full time, you can do these things. Go out for lunch, move to wherever you want in the world. And that is ultimately what they don't want. They don't want us to have this freedom. But some of us do. I have it. And a lot of other people have it as well. And you can also have it. You can also have it. But you have to believe that you deserve it. Because again, they want you to believe that you don't deserve it and that you can't achieve it. And if you think that you can't, you're right. If you think that you can, you are also right. See you guys again very soon for another video.